Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we are going to be explaining dynamic polymorphism in Java. So, polymorphism, we have said that it means many forms. So, humans can be many different things, but they all share some attributes and some methods. Okay? So, dynamic means constantly changing. يعني شيء متغير. Dynamic يعني متغير. And in Java, it refers to changing something that is changing during runtime or after compilation. Okay, so after we run the program, we start the program, then we will decide what object we are creating. So the classes will have different, or the object inside of our program will have different classes. Okay, and then we can make the user choose which class they want to create. Okay, so this is dynamic polymorphism. So let's give an example. So all animals share different things, and we can create each animal inside of our program. We can create many animals inside of our program. So let's create a parent class, and we will call it animal. So we will create animals inside of our program, and we will let the user decide what animal he wants. Animal. So we will create the main class. So this is the parent class. So we have many different animals. So let's say we create another class, and we are gonna call it the dog class. So we can give the user a dog. Okay, if he wanted to take a dog, he will take a dog. Okay, so dog, and then we can also give him a horse. So a horse, we'll create another class. So a dog and a horse are both animals, so we can extend the animal class to the dog and the horse, and we can create objects of the animal class using the horse constructor or the dog constructor. طيب نقدر نستخدم الهورس constructor ولا الدوج constructor عشان نفرق بين الانيمالز. طيب بين الحيوانات. So now we can extend the animal class inside of the dog class, and we also do that to the horse. So extends and then animal. Okay, so both the dog and the horse are animals now. So animals eat different things. Okay, so let's create a method void eat, and we are gonna tell the user that animals eat different things. So let's print line animals eat different things. Okay, different things. So dogs eat meat. So let's override the method here, void eat. We will override this method. Okay, void eat, and we'll tell the user that the dog is eating meat. So eat will be the animal, the dog the dog eats meat. Okay, so dogs eat meat, but horses also are animals, and they eat, but they eat different things. So they will eat grass. But before we do that, we want to specify that we tell the user, the other programmers, that we are overriding the method. So we need this note. You don't need this, but it's good practice to add this. طيب الحصان ياكل شيء ثاني واللي هو الحشيش. طيب, so we'll override the method void or eat, and we can type that, and then it will override for us, and then we can change this to the horse eats grass. Okay, so now we have two subclasses and we have one main class. So now we can create objects of dog and horse using the animal class. Okay, and we can give them the eat method for the dog or for the horse. Okay, and so now in the main class we can create objects, and we can make the user decide which animal he wants. Okay, so we first create we call the main class Okay, and then we call the animal any name we want. So I'm gonna just call it animal. You can call it whatever you want, and then we're just gonna declare the object as uh, an animal object. Okay, and then since we have extended the animal class in these two, we can change the type of animal while the program is running. Okay, so first we are gonna tell the user to give us a number, and then we will decide which animal he wants. So we need to import the scanner class from the Java dot utility dot scanner package. Okay, so we need to import the scanner class, and then we can create another class, another object, scanner equals new scanner. Okay, system.in Okay, so now let's ask the user to give us what he wants. Either he wants a dog or a horse. Okay, so let's type in on the screen. Type 1 for horse, or 2 for a dog. So if the user wants a horse, he will type 1. If he wanted a dog, he will type 2. Okay, and then we can store the answer from the user using the scanner class. So integer. Let's create an integer, and we will give it the name of answer. Okay, so the answer will be stored inside of the answer variable. Scanner dot next integer. So this will take the next integer that the user gives us, and it will be stored inside of the answer here. And then let's create an if statement to compare what the user inputs. Okay, so if the answer is equal to 1, we will create a horse object. Okay, so if the answer is equal to 1, okay, and we will call the animal object, and then we will call the constructor method for the horse. Okay, so we want to give the horse the eat method for the horse. Okay, so eat, new, and then horse. We call the constructor for the horse, and then now this animal object here will be a horse. So this will be a horse now. It's an animal, and it will be a horse. And then we're gonna call the eat method. So animal dot eat, and that will give him this will give him the eat method for the horse. Okay, because we are using the constructor for the horse. Okay, and then else if the answer is equal to 2, then we will create a dog instead of a horse. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. Animal dot or equal to new dog. So we are going to create a new dog. So now this will be here, this here will be a dog. And then we can call the eat method for the dog, animal dot eat. So the dog will eat. And then in the end, if the user enters anything else, we'll create just an animal and a general animal. And then we'll tell him that we don't need this for else. Okay, and then now we just create the animal as a new animal. We'll use the general class animal. Okay, so now we're just gonna create a generic animal, يعني حيوان غير محدد يعني. And then we'll call the eat method for the animal. Animal dot eat. Okay, So this constructor will give the method eat for the animal, and then this constructor here will give the method eat for the dog, which is gonna eat meat, and then the horse will be eating grass. And now let's run the program. Okay, and as you can see here, we start the program by creating the scanner class, and then we are going to create the object of an animal, of the animal class, the parent class, and then we type in on the screen, type 1 for horse or 2 for dog. So now this will appear here, and then we can type in 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever we want. So let's type in 1. So now after we press enter here, it will be stored, the answer will be stored inside of this object or inside of this variable. So طيب هنا بيكون stored داخل هذا الvariable. بعدين بيقارن بين, so now it will check if the answer is 1, it will create a horse in the animal object. So the horse eats grass. So because we used 1. Okay, and then it will call the method, and then it will ignore the code, this code here, code. So it will not execute this code. طيب بعد ما نسوي واحد بيسوي الهورس بينادي الهورس constructor، بعدين بيسوي المethod حل animal واللي هو حصانته، and it will print on the screen and it will exit the program. And then if we do this again, we type in 2. So 2 is dog, so the dog eats meat. And if we type in anything else, so let's type in anything else, the animals eat different things. So we are going to create an animal, generic animal, and it will be different things. So this is how dynamic polymorphism is. So we can use this to change the type of object that we create while we are executing the program.